Well, hello everybody, I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. I'm here at a coin shop in Spring Hill, Florida. This is the Coin Guy's coin shop, and you probably know him, and we've done a few videos now. I think, what, like 80 videos, guy?
I think this is number 80.
Woo! So people should definitely
Number
go
80.
back into the playlist and look at some of the older ones, because we've talked about so many things with coins, numismatics, I mean, silver, gold, everything, right?
Everything, the world,
The world, yes.
and how it functions.
And how it functions. Let's do
Yep.
some more of that today. What do you think?
Sure we will.
You got some
Let's
time?
do it. Yep, I got time. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. I see you got a load out here on the table.
Yeah, I got stuff that's been built up, and then I sell a bunch, and it comes in again. I've shown this before. These are piece dollars mixed.
And I want to say you have an actual shop, so people can actually look down in the description of the video in case they want to call you, and you
Yeah.
can ship this stuff out to them.
I'm the real deal. This is brick and mortar.
These are pretty, guy.
Yep,
You're selling history there.
yep. Piece dollars, the whole bag, 2,600, 26 bucks a piece.
In order to sell history, is it important that you know a little history too?
Always.
Yeah.
Everything is, history is always important. As I've said before, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. And that may happen again. I was looking in, I saw this the other day in Coin World. There's one guy I think who owns, Texas guy, who's bought quite a few of these. This is the mule that's got the Washington quarter on one side, but this is a Sacagawea reverse, Sacagawea metal. So this is manganese, but he's got a quarter on it. And this one sold for stupid money. Where's the price?
When we say mule, what are we saying?
It's got two different coins mixed together.
Okay. Almost like an error then.
Yeah, well, this is an error.
Okay.
An off metal coin.
Gotcha.
194,000.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could have sworn the first one sold for 70,000, 60,000. And he got about 20 of them now.
That's a lot of money, guy.
Yeah,
For a little tiny coin, huh?
that's a pretty cool mule.
Yeah.
This reminds me of all the people who tell me they have the Cheerio coin,
Uh-huh.
the Cheerio Sacagawea dollar 2000, the one that, and I keep showing them. I said it's got to have really high detail. This will save people time, probably save your local dealer time, because I get this phone call all the time.
That they have it.
I have this book actually opened to it.
Because you hit it so many times, you hit the story.
Exactly.
Okay.
See the heavy detail in here?
Yes.
They normally look like this. You got to have the lines and the detail in the feathers, in the back tail feathers, much stronger in here. But this is it, the whole area right here.
I mean, this
Well,
is
look at all of
quite
it.
noticeable.
Yeah, but now when you're looking at the naked eye, everybody wants to imagine they have it, but it's not the real deal. And I've had this coin too, the pierced breast. Looks like an arrow went through the breast. I had a certified one for this. Went for a couple of hundred.
But it's
I haven't had one of these.
not as crazy as the Cheerio dollar.
Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to bring me in these Cheerio coins. And then from what I understand, the Cheerio dollar one has both. It'll have the penny here and the dollar below it, and it'll be sealed like this. Please bring that in. I think that would be pretty cool. These I get plenty of. That I've never seen. But a lot of them got broken out because they made 5,000 of these. And a lot got broken out. They went into change.
So
and
they-
it disappeared into rolls, I
They
guess.
could still be out there.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
But everybody thinks they found it.
Well, there's a reason why it's rare, right?
Exactly.
Because it's hard to find. There's not many out there. So the chances of you having these coins are low. So if you think you have it, do some serious research first.
Yeah, and they go for about 5,000 plus. I mean, they have a nice, price tag on them, and they're a great find if you're lucky enough to find a real deal. But
Besides the Cheerios dollar, what does somebody else always call you with saying, I have this
43
really rare coin?
steel copper penny. They have a steel penny, and they all think they have the real deal, the one that's worth a couple of 100,000. And a matter of fact, here's one that I found the other day, and my heart almost stopped.
Because what would it be worth? How much would this be worth?
200,000. Look at the color in it. This actually has toning.
It's a 1943 copper.
Looks like a copper penny.
That should have been steel.
Really is nice color. It doesn't have any hint of being wrong, but...
Oh, steel is magnetic.
There goes that cruise.
Yeah, copper wouldn't be.
Yep, but this is really... This looks like the real deal.
Why did they
it actually
change
has toning in there.
Why did they change the copper to the steel for 1943?
They needed, from what I understand, they needed it for bullets. World War II.
Ah.
They needed for same thing they did with the war nickels. They needed the nickel, and that's why they made the nickels part silver.
Ah.
I would have thought that commerce would have been slow in this country because people, all the men were at war. I think you could have skipped a couple of years in the war of nickels, and we would have been okay, but...
They kept them coming.
They kept them coming. I mean, they discontinued during the, in the 20s, the Walking Liberty half dollars. They made a 21. There's no 22. They made a 23. Then they jumped to 27, 28, 29. And then Depression hit, and they didn't make another half until 33.
I mean, I don't know what was going on then.
Years.
Obviously,
well, I guess they needed them. They made them as needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made them as needed. I think 1932 only has a penny and a quarter. And a quarter, originally the Washington quarter was a commemorative. But the...
Because there was definitely no dollar coins then either, right?
No, not in 32, no. And the quarter, as I said, was made as a commemorative, but it came over so well, they wanted to stop making standing quarters. And the 32 came over so well that they said, hey, let's make this a regular run. So they needed a year to get it and cut dies and all. That's why there's no 33. You have the commemorative 32s, and then you have 34 and on till now.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of dollar coins.
We got those, and we got all kinds of uncirculated, 21S's, 21 plain, 04 down, extra fine, AU, extra fine.
Pop one of these uncirculated open if you don't mind, versus like an XF or something.
Well, let's do that with the halves, because these are piece dollars.
Okay. The halves, your choice.
My extra fines might sell for AUs in the flea market.
These are beautiful. What did you just open here? These are great.
These extra fines.
That's extra fine. Those are pretty good.
Here's your AU.
Beautiful, isn't it? I mean, these are really nice too, though.
Yeah.
I'm just fine with buying these as well. Big price difference or what?
700 a roll, 800 a roll, 35 each, 40 each.
It's actually not that bad.
Not bad.
Not
and
bad
that's
at
for
all.
cash. Yeah, if we got to ship them, I don't mind the shipping, but I do mind the credit card. So once again, they gave me a hard time last week, 2 weeks ago, with the credit cards. They shut us down for shipping like for 4 days. They want to know where we sent this, where we're going with that. I mean, we don't sell anything to LLCs. You have addresses in the United States, and they give us a hard time about it. They just shut us down for a few days. We couldn't ship anything like between Thursday and Monday.
Yeah.
Couldn't put nothing in the mail. So I've been telling people, send me, I got a couple coming. Forget using the credit card. Send me the money orders. Postal money order or supermarkets, Publix, Winn-Dixie. And I believe Walmart puts out the credit card. And it only costs you $1. And when I get a credit card and you're buying 3,000, let's say you buy one of these rolls, or you buy 3 rolls, there's $2,400. Credit card fee is like $90.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes if you're selling gold, the credit card fees is more. They make more money than I do.
That's terrible.
But that's what we have an accumulation of this.
That's the game.
We got quite a few extra fines.
The man wants to know where all that money's going.
Here's 5 rolls extra fine. Here's nice piece dollars. There we go.
So what happens, guy? Like, just people come in over the years or whatever, and they say, hey, buy my coin collection, and you start putting these together based on little pieces here and there?
I pull them out here and there, and I sort them. You don't usually get full rolls. On occasion. Here's a roll of 21s. These are 21s.
You might get 3, 4 on this one.
Yeah, 2 here, 3 there.
Yeah.
I have tubes that are in different stages are put together. And these are more type coins.
You got some barbers over here, huh?
Yeah, I got plenty of barbers. We had a guy who was buying them and he changed his mind. Here's rolls of very goods. Here's rolls of goods. We got quite a few.
What are the types? You got barbers and what else?
Standing quarters.
Oh, those are beautiful, guys. Those are pretty.
Now these are going to be full dates.
Full dates.
Full rims. I mean, the better ones, not the ones you would melt.
Why are some of these hard to see the dates on? Or maybe they don't even have dates with the Standing Liberty quarters.
Because you got to understand these things went through the Depression.
Yeah.
And the date was one, especially on the early ones. That's why all of them are blank, because the highest point was a date. They recessed it, but they got used so much. A quarter was a lot of money. A quarter would buy you dinner in the 30s. I mean, not now where it costs you $50 to buy dinner.
At a minimum.
Well, God help you, breakfast is $20. You know, it's just that kind of a thing. But they got a romanticism. This is part of the classic stuff.
I love
You know,
that stuff.
Mercury dimes, Buffalo nickels, Walkers, all the pretty coins.
I'd say
But I have a few rolls of these.
one of my top favorite coins right here. Standing Liberty quarter.
Yeah, these are like $2.70 a roll.
They look like they shouldn't even be like American coinage because they have just like that. I don't know, like a different
It's like
world.
the French coin.
Yeah, it's
They
so
look like,
beautiful.
I think we copied the French on a few of our coins and designs, or vice versa. I mean, you know, here and there, back and forth.
Well, that's America, right? I mean, we're a melting pot. We get ideas from all over the place.
Here's something I picked up this week, where I pulled these out of, happened to notice them when I'm going to Wheaties. This is an Indian, but it looks like a shattered, I don't know if you can bring it up on that, but you could see the whole face is shattered.
Now, let me try. The whole face is shattered. Let's see if we can do this here. Hold on.
It's got the whole crack, like an eggshell
I'm
crack.
gonna try to zoom in. Oh yeah, we see that. It's
Yeah.
cracked like crazy.
Yeah, that's a shattered die.
That's a big deal.
Couple of more pounds and that thing just broke.
Wow.
Yeah, that's toward the end. And here's what you have as a strike through.
But you have only $8.50 on that. That seems like a pretty good price for that.
Yeah, I don't know where to put it at. I just want to move it. I make it.
Errors
nice
are
and easy.
hard to move because you have to find that guy that's looking for something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it is different and it's
Way
interesting.
different. Yeah, that's cool. I noticed this one right off the bat.
That's a strike through. There was a piece of foreign material there, piece of plastic, bought in a machine. I don't know.
I've met some of these error collectors, and they have some wild errors, guys. It's just so cool to look at.
There's some really breathtaking. I was watching one where they have the Scarface dollar. Is it 1880? I'm not sure the date. It's a Morgan dollar, famous with the die that broke, and it cut right across here. You know, like Al Capone kind of thing. Goes for huge money in the highest stages. Big money.
Wow.
Really cool coin.
Now
Really
with the
cool.
Morgan dollar, because of like that era, and you know, the minting wasn't like perfected by any means. There was all kinds of like varieties and cracks and stuff on the
Well,
dies,
you've
right?
got what they call VAM numbers, and there's a whole book on VAMs. And mine isn't the newest one. Mine has, I don't know how many hundred there are. And you have this book. This is the top 100 VAMs. Okay?
Only the top 100.
Top 100. There's thousands. Let's just see something. Here we got year over date, crossbar, high, low, hangnail. Hangnail. I don't think that's a big deal.
I'd say if you're like, especially like a large, like a dollar collector, like you want to have this coin or this.
Now,
book,
I've had this
book.
CC where you have the 79 where capped.
Huh?
I just picked up a nice 79. A nice VF.
Doesn't even look real, does it? Looks like a counterfeit,
Looks
doesn't
like counterfeit,
it?
absolutely.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. The guy had in here 1901 quarter that they took to NGC and they said no, you know, date added. And when you put it under the mic, you could actually see what they were talking about.
wow.
But God, it was really done well. Very dangerously done.
What's the front of this book looking like in case people want to go try to find it on somewhere, Amazon, whatever?
Top 100 varieties.
That's great.
Yeah, this is a nice pocketbook to go around and you go through all the dollars and you look for the holy cow ones, double profile, hot lips. There's all different names they have. It's like the big dollars. They all have different names. You know, wood chopper, battleship, Indian, black eagle. You know, all that kind of stuff.
All part of the hobby, man.
Pitted reverse. Doesn't sound good to me. Here you have the oval O and the regular O.
That's what's so great about this hobby, guy. I mean, you could go and be like, hey, I love this coin so much because it has some kind of historic value, and you buy it for that, right? Exactly. Or you go, oh, this is a pretty coin. I'm going to buy it because it's like, you know, mint-state 66. It's so beautiful. Or they go, oh, you know what? I want this coin because it's lower grade, but it's got this really cool variety that's just so rare.
I bought this today. And like I explained to the person, this is not a 66.
Oh, one of these?
It's an unk. It's a 3. But it ain't no 6. And a 6 is 300. This is some company that they made, you know, they put these out in their garage. Maybe it's initials of him and his wife. I don't know.
How do you say that? Their garage?
In a garage.
How's the teeth coming along? Still?
Yeah. A trial.
It's a trial?
It's a trial.
You'll get used to it, man. Yeah, it's I don't know how to say this. Kind of like a bland kind of like look to it.
Yeah. Well, it ain't a 6.
No.
You know, in a 6, that coin has to really pop.
And I think because my eyes see the 6 right here, and then I come down to look at the coin, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I want somebody to buy this thing off of me.
Those are highly collectible though too. Those garage graders like that. People
when you
people
want all
love
the
buying
varieties,
those.
yeah.
Yeah. Emergency script.
I still got that rattler. Somebody bought the rattler.
What rattler?
This one.
Let me see that thing. All right, somebody who's watching right now, grab this rattler from Guy. You know what's going to happen, Guy? I just said that.
I get 3 phone calls for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then you bought it.
And then I've already walked away with it.
See Jesse later.
That's funny. That's a great coin. I love the toning on the back of that.
Yeah. I got another one that has nice
Guy, what the heck is going on over here? Why does this thing have a lime green circle around it there?
I don't know. That's probably some other variety I didn't know about.
For the slab?
Yeah. Well, look at it.
I know. It's electrifying there. Like somebody spilled some Mountain Dew on it or something.
Then it would have burned through it.
Is that part of the slab? I mean...
Yeah, that's the...
Sure looks like it.
The circle in between. I had another one somebody bought. Is this one too?
If that's part of the slab, that has to be some kind... I've never seen it before. Yeah. And everybody's probably like, wow, Spegtacular, I've never seen it.
I got the only one that sent it over to Great
cool.
Collections.
That's cool. It kind of makes the coin pop a little bit more.
Yeah, it's different. Maybe that was
the
maybe
idea.
it's irradiated and it's...
Oh, you got some uranium on there.
I'm in trouble.
Interesting.
Let me show you.
Elmer's Stamp and Coin Shop. You think old Elmer's still around? 1933, probably not. He'd be on the edge right now, poor Elmer. I think he went on to make some glue, though. Look at this cool stuff Guy has in here. Fantastic. This is pretty. It's commemorative. Modern stuff that's really expensive.
See, here's one of the variety books.
What do you got?
There's one thick like this. I don't know where it is. I think it's in the other room for the dollars. This is for the $half, bust $half.
She is thick.
This is all the varieties. Woo! Not even all of them. They probably found another 2 dozen. Look at this feature here. I think 1927 has 40 of them. These are all 27. So
Holy smokes.
maybe more than 40. But 24. I once tried to put this set together when I was in my 20s. My God. I think I had about 60 different ones. Huh. And there's, I don't know how many hundred there were. You know, it just got to be too much.
What's going on here, Guy? What'd you do?
It's probably an article that I added to it. Collector finds new dye marriage, which is another Overton number, another variety.
So you've added this based on some stuff that just got discovered, I guess, at that time.
When I used to find articles in Coin World, I just cut it out and added to the repertoire. Look at all of these.
Look at you. You're done.
Well,
This book is worth more now because you've added some to it.
Here's 94, 95 halves.
That's fantastic.
I had some guy was in here today Said he had a he showed us a $1794.
That's what, like a flowing hair, right? It's a beautiful.
Yeah, it had like an XF obverse and a good reverse. It looked too thick. The colors are wrong. He said one of my competitors said it's real and send it in. Yeah, okay, buddy. Like I said, you get everybody comes in here and they tell you all kinds of stories. And I said, I don't, but you don't want to fight with these people. You just, yeah, okay. Well, you send it in. I mean, it's a $300,000 coin or more. Where did you get it?
Right.
You didn't find it in the parking lot in the garage. Those coins don't just. Maybe there is one at the bottom of a sewing kit somewhere, but.
I mean, whatever a collector says about the grading companies, if they have a $300,000, $400,000 coin, they really should take it upon themselves, send that coin in, potentially have that coin in an auction then at that point.
Well, the guy who brought me the 01S quarter, for those who don't know, that coin in high VF fine plus VF, it's like $20,000. And I do remember seeing it a couple of months back, and I didn't like the look of the mint mark. I said, send it and get it certified. They sent it in and it came back no good.
Oh.
But it was really well done, very dangerous. The coin was real, the quarter was real, and somebody added the S. But, there were telltale tool marks, as they call them.
Little tooling marks.
And it comes up, and that's a killer then.
All right, guy, I'm going to talk about a subject that might upset you a little bit. I don't know. The price of palladium right now.
What is it right now?
No, you look at it. You got your little handy device. Because, platinum had been a little, palladium was much higher. And then platinum was
wow.
Lower. It's
You're
under
right.
under platinum now, right?
Yeah, it's $25 cheaper.
How
Look
crazy.
at that.
And much rarer than platinum. Where are we at?
Right here.
Yeah. How weird, isn't that? That's wild. And like just a few years ago, like the U.S. Mint was selling palladium coins for like $3,000.
Oh yeah, I remember I sold one at Fun. I paid $25, sold it for $27 at Fun. Huh. I'm glad I got out of that coin.
Yeah.
Let me show you something else.
That's rough.
You see this right here? This tells you where the fix is in. Wall Street bets on lower gold prices.
What is this? Wall Street bets on lower gold prices. Main Street sees gains.
This has been the headline here since last Thursday. They have not changed that. As I said, these people are in the business of selling stock. So tell me this isn't trying to sway people from buying gold and silver.
So they're gonna
I hate when they play this politics or they play this, they use their positions to swoo people. They can't make money on stock you buy and sell. Most people buy 10 ounces of gold, they're on it for the long run. So when I see a headline like that, I take it with a grain of salt. As I said before, when you look at the ETFs and everything else, there's been days where more gold is sold digitally than was mined in the last 5,000 years. The ratio is like 30 to 1.
Yeah.
You get, it's just totally insane.
It is crazy.
This I picked up. Look at that. I paid an extra couple of bucks for that.
They're over there shorting the gold stocks. You paid more for this. Is it a magic coin? What is this?
It's a magic coin, but
It's missing the...
it is so cool. Watch.
Yeah.
This is how they hollow it out. They get another piece. They file it down. They put the super glue came off. And they put it on what it would put it on this. But I've had these with a big penny on one side. The famous one is the 11-cent piece, where it's a mercury dime on one side and a penny on the other. And you get, you get your jeweler, grind it down, and you stick it in. I knew what it was when I first saw it. Look at this error. I said, buddy, watch. I popped it out.
You popped it out on
I
him.
said, here's $2 anyway, because I can show it.
Yeah. Little magic coin, huh? 1983. That's when I was born, guy.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
83.
Yeah, man.
I got shirts older than that. My wife will tell you it's true.
I believe you. I got shirts still from when I was in high school. I understand. That's what men do. We're frugal.
When I was a kid, I'm of a different generation. When I was a kid in Queens, in the city, through 6th grade, you had to wear ties.
Really?
Clip-ons. Early 60s, boys had to wear ties. Girls couldn't wear pants. Girls were in dresses. And, oh yeah, girls were in dresses, boys had to wear ties right through 6th grade. When you went to junior high school, which for me would have been around 1967, 68, things changed.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Now kids can wear whatever they want.
Like I said, I do the Great American Teach, and half those little kids are in their underwear.
It seems like that.
I mean, they're in all these bikinis virtually, and it's how you come to school? I mean, you know, I don't know. It's me. Well, you look, you know, some of them, it's just what I see. I think it's disrespectful to education.
Shaking your head at it.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, we come from a different world, and I'm a generation or two ahead of you, and you see the difference. It's just amazing. Just amazing.
Sorry, guy. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. What do you think?
I'm afraid it's gonna get worse. I went to the movies on Wednesday. You know, I got Wednesdays off now.
Okay.
So the wife says, we got to go to dinner. We got to go to the movies. We go to the movies. Beacon Theater on 50 over here in Spring Hill. Big movie theater. I don't know. 8 screens, 10 screens. We're in a big room with a nice cushiony couch. It's like $12 each to go to see the movies. At 2 in the afternoon, it's that much. Maybe in the city it's more. I'm not used to paying that, but we went to see a movie, which I didn't like. But I go in and I go to pay for it, and I had a credit card, and I had some odd money, debit card you'd call it, and it came out to like I owed $11.42 or something. I give the girl a bunch of paper bills, and then I give her $3 golden and a Kennedy half. My God, you would think I stuck her in the eye with a dirty stick.
Yeah, didn't know what those were.
She stood there stunned. You know, it's like I was talking to her in Swahili or something. She didn't know what I was doing. And I said, it says that's $1. But I use golden dollars. People who know me know I use that. I tell everybody when I buy, this is tip money, spend it everywhere.
But you've given me $2 back and change before a few times.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the girl says, I can't take this. Because these are U.S. currency. These are dollar coins. I can't take this. Let me talk to your supervisor. There's nobody in line, so it's just us. It was quiet.
Supervisor's 1 year older than she was.
The supervisor was 10 minutes older than she was. I mean, this young girl comes over. I show it to her. She looks at me, and she goes, oh, here comes another old man. Came from the coin show. I don't know. And she goes, we can't take this. I said, you know that's illegal. This is U.S. currency. I say, okay, here's the bills for arrest. Here's a 50-cent piece for that. I can't take that either. You can't take she didn't know what a Kennedy $half was. You could see that. And she stares at it. I said, this is a Kennedy $half. I can't take that. We have no change in the drawers. They can't give, everything is worked out where everything is in paper money, solid numbers. I guess popcorn's $14, a drink is $9. You know, everything is straight numbers.
With tax on
Taxes, everything must be included. She has no change.
Oh, weird.
So I turned to the other couples where a bunch of couples went together, and they're digging in their purses, and we find enough, and we get to like, I said, keep the change. Now, I don't know. They must have threw the change out at the end of the day because they can't have change.
What in the world?
I was annoyed.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed that U.S. currency is no good. That's baloney. I mean, I got to call, as a club, I'm going to bring this up at my show on Monday, our club meeting. And I think we ought to send a letter to DeSantis to tell these people that we don't have, what is the term they're looking for now? Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC.
Well, DeSantis is very much against that.
I am against that.
Yeah.
Any coin person's against, they're doing away with money.
Yeah.
And don't make no mistake, this is about Big Brother.
A lot of these places around here, especially like, you know, Florida's not innocent of it. Like SeaWorld was like the last one I saw that was so proud of, hey, we're going fully, like there's no cash being in the park.
And that's bullying. That's baloney.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that's part of a currency or a world order coming in that wants to control this digital currency, you know, that they want to implement. And China has something like that. they don't like your political view, they close your bank account. You can't even buy a bowl of rice. They shut everything down. You have no recourse. I'm against that completely. But you wouldn't take a $50? I don't know. What is the world coming to? That annoyed me. Yep. It annoyed me.
Well, you know,
I saw that movie Argyle.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah. It looks like Romancing the Stone met The Long Kiss Goodbye, but it was more wackadoo. I don't know. It was freezing in there, and I don't know. I just don't go to the movie. I don't get out that much.
Well, it sounds like you're not going to go back anytime soon.
I mean, no, not to go back for that. You know, so, and as I said, I told the wife, I said, $24, I can buy the video. And she goes, what's a video? Who buys videos anymore?
Yeah. You buy it and you just stream it right to your device, and it just comes magically through the air to your TV, and you just watch it right there, comfort of your own home.
I guess that's it.
You don't got to worry about somebody next to you talking and sneezing and stuff. You just enjoy it.
Well, as I said, I saw it. Everybody raved about it. They liked it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
can't trust everybody.
I was annoyed from the beginning when you're telling me my money was no good. And Kennedy's rolling in his grave. What are you kidding me?
You had the wrong setup already, right from the get-go, guy.
Right from the go, you started with me.
Guy, what is your doppelganger doing right over there to your right? What is that over there?
Oh, this is one of my fans. He painted this.
Painted that?
Yeah.
God, it looks just
it's
like
oils.
That's like...
It tells me everything on it.
It looks like they traced it. It's so good. Jeez.
It says, please accept the enclosed portrait, which provided several hours of enjoyment as I attempted to capture your, here it comes, upbeat, spontaneous, outgoing persona. You are a ray of sunshine to your viewers. Signed, Mom. No,
Holy
my
smokes.
But I mean, you know.
That's amazing, huh?
Thank you.
That looks just like you, believe it or not.
Yeah, pretty good. But I got new teeth now.
That was great. The coin guy. Well, that's nice. It's nice you get little cool gifts like that, huh?
I get a few. I get, people send me things. I had fans in here today who are heading back up to Bob and Connie, who are headed back up to Pennsylvania. They stopped by, bought some jewelry, picked up some gold.
They wanted to come down and get warm and then go back to Pennsylvania and start cooling down again.
And like you said, it's going to get cold again. It's cold for Floridians, and now I'm not born here, but I'm here 19 years. And as I said, my genes have changed, and I can feel the cold.
Yeah.
If it's 40 degrees, it feels like there's ice outside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just gotten, I just can feel it that much more.
Well, Florida has a different cold. People I don't think they truly understand, because I'll come to Tennessee and they're like, oh, it's 30 degrees here. You're probably freezing if you're from Florida. And I'm like, it doesn't feel that bad. But if you come to Florida and it's 30 degrees, it's miserable. It's like a humidity thing or something. I don't know.
I think so. I remember 50 years ago, my friend and I he used to drive all over. We drove out to Carbondale, Pennsylvania. I was in my teens, so this was 50 years ago. We were out in Carbondale. It was 9 degrees out. 9 degrees. But it was, that dry cold, I guess that's what you would call it. Mm. And I'm outside, and I had just a shirt on, but it was 9 degrees. And there was this young girl walking, and it was icy. There was ice everywhere. And I glanced at her, and she fell on her butt. Bam! And I remember seeing that, and I said, wow. And she just shook it off and kept walking. She must be an ice skater or something like that. She's used to it.
That's embarrassing. You got to get up and then make sure nobody saw you.
Well, I seen her. And she might have been 10 or 12, which was only maybe 6 years younger than me at the time. But I remember being out there. It was 9 degrees.
That's cold.
Carbondale, Pennsylvania. Yeah, it was cold.
I don't care where you are. That's cold, huh?
Yeah, that is cold.
So I saw you got some fancy stuff in here, guy. I wish it might be gone by the time somebody watches this video. Just so you know, I keep this video going. Whatever day that we're filming this thing, this stuff could be gone. So you're more than welcome to give Guy a call and find out, though.
Get this before Jesse buys it.
I've seen this, 3 or 4 times now already?
Yeah, look at that. I like that color on there.
Yeah.
This is a nice coin. And I think they're underpriced at that number.
Let me see. Let me see. So you got a 2.5. So a little quarter eagle. Beautiful, huh?
Pretty toning.
That's fantastic. Look at that toning on that gold coin. I mean, you got everything there. You got a nice, you know, MS64. It's already slabbed up. It's got that beauty. It's got that history value. That's a good one.
That's a nice high grade.
Yeah.
Now I bought a 5 lib off of this person. I sold that earlier today, and I got this.
What is this one? Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Now this is now Jefferson didn't have a wife. Thomas Jefferson didn't have a wife, so they picked that, which is the the obverse of a large penny at the time.
Was he too busy
of
to get
his
married? What's his
presidency.
problem?
I don't know. I guess he was. This story is about him running around with the help.
Oh, sounds like Bill Clinton a little bit.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Don't get political, guy. Don't get
Yeah.
political, huh?
I didn't say it. You did.
That's my fault. That's my fault. Ay. Oh, what's this one right here with this guy on it? He looks like some kind of president.
No, you know who that is.
Oh, okay. We won't look at
You
that.
know who that is. Here, we got this just today.
Those sell
Fans
pretty well.
sent me that.
Somebody sent you something?
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, maybe. You never know. You know?
You never know. Let's
Maybe-
see how things go.
Maybe not in that one state where he's not on the ballot, right?
Now, you got to remember, you got some people ain't going to like this, but I told you 4 years ago this president has onset dementia. And now they just ruled that he is unfit to be tried because of his cognitive ability.
That's so weird.
I mean,
so
that's
weird.
in your face.
That is so weird.
They said he can't hold a real conversation. And that's very scary. Forget weird. That's scary, people.
I was out at a place that has, let's just say they have multiple TVs, right? And to try to like appeal to everybody, they put the different news stations across the board. So no matter what your political view is, you can stand to sit there and watch something, right? Across the board, all the different news stations were kind of like, this is weird. You know, they were pretty much is what they were saying was unusual.
Unusual because they're in the pocket for these people, and they try to get anything they can make. Everything is, just like he doesn't want to do an interview during the Super Bowl. Do you come to Coin Guy and ask him if he'll do an interview?
Would you do it?
Well, let's see now. Advertising is $250,000 a second.
Shoo.
A 30-second spot is $7 million.
That's it?
I have decided not to advertise.
Not this time.
Not this time. When I do the interview, yes, me and Tom.
I think your advertising dollars go further on YouTube with me. Right?
You ain't kidding.
You don't pay nothing. This is
You
good.
ain't kidding. I mean, it's just 7. Yeah, now you've got to have the, what is it, the Swiftie effect or whatever they call it.
Oh, Taylor
Because,
Swift?
yeah, she's going to be there. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I saw,
Bunch of blank spaces out there, guy.
well, I got to make,
I think that's a Taylor Swift
the
joke.
wife has talked me into cooking rancinis that day.
Rancini?
Rancini, it's called. I can't find any. I've gone to restaurants around here that want $18 for a rice ball with 2 peas in it. My mom, my aunt used to make great rancinis. I grew up with these things. My kids know what they are. Nathan knows what they are. They're a lot of work. My hands are too big, so Susan will usually form them. And it's a rice mix that you stuff with ricotta and mozzarella, some with meatball. You fold it over, you refrigerate it so it gets firm, then you fry it. And it's a meal. I remember, usually when you make them, I get out of control and I make 25 of them. But each one is a meal.
White rice, brown rice? What are you using?
White rice.
White rice, okay.
White rice. You want it mushy.
Okay.
Because you mix everything, it's got to form a paste almost. You dip it in egg white, you bread it, and then you got to refrigerate it so it holds its form. And then you used to fry it. My mom was not the best cook in the world, but she could make rancinis.
Okay.
And I grew up knowing, I think of mom, I think of rancinis. And
It sounds good. Like, my mouth is watering.
it's called arancini.
Can you throw some meat in there? Like,
You could put I put ground beef in mine.
okay.
You can do. I do some with ground beef and ricotta, some with mozzarella and ricotta, and that's just how they're made. My Aunt Ada used to make them the same way that my mom made them.
What about some ground lamb in there? That sounds good.
No. No, I'm not a lamb person. Though years ago when I used to cook roast lambs, I would slice a piece off and I would eat the lamb 25 years ago. Now,
Not so much.
my taste buds have changed. I don't.
There's a steakhouse over in Tampa, and they'll come by with this big skewer, and they'll be like, "Anybody want the lamb?" No, we're good.
Oh, Susan will eat the lamb.
Oh, really?
I remember when we had
Can't do it. I'm not Greek, I guess.
65th birthday party a couple of years ago. It was at Years in the Future. Anyway, we had her birthday party and we rented the clubhouse for it. And we had about 45 people over for it in the ballroom. And I got a hold of the cook. And I says to Wayne, I said, I need lamb for her. Everybody gets a choice of shrimp, or what was it, salmon, whatever it was. I said, but you got to get me, bring in a rack of lamb, you know, a nice big piece. I'll buy the extra, whatever it is. But I want you to cook her a lamb and surprise her. She loves lamb chops. She was excited. She was surprised to get the lamb.
See, I'll do
She loves her lamb chops.
I'll do the gyros, but I hear it's like ground beef with like lamb sprinkled in, you know, a little bit.
What's that?
The gyros. The little pocket pita with the gyro.
Oh,
the
yeah,
tzatziki.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a lamb person.
No?
I remember the first
You're not
time.
a sheep guy. You're not a sheep.
No, but I remember the first time I went to England was in '91. And the thing that hit me was, my God, there cannot be a single lamb left in the rest of the world. We were there I think we were there in May of '91. And there were sheep everywhere. And what they call rape fields, it's a yellow wheat looking thing. They make an oil from it. They make a shortening or whatever it is. Everywhere was sheep. I never saw so many sheep. I've never seen so many since.
Really?
Really. I've
here
been
you don't
back
see
to
them hardly.
England and I never saw as many again as I saw
Huh.
all over. We went all the way up into the Highlands. The biggest thing up there was cool was the big Highland cattle. God, they look prehistoric.
Big.
They look with the big shaggy hair and everything, and my goodness, that was something I recall. Highlands are beautiful.
You enjoyed your little trips, huh?
I remember. I look at the people. I look at things. I never saw so many young people smoking as when I was in Scotland.
Really?
My God, everywhere.
Everybody's doing
They
it.
look like 13-year-olds just puffing away at these unfiltered cigarettes. And this was 30-something years ago. But everybody knew what tobacco did to you. But these young people were everywhere smoking, boy. They were going at it.
Loving it.
Now they're covered in tattoos. Maybe they smoke, maybe they don't. But as I said, generational difference.
Let's walk around a little bit.
Sure.
I want to see some stuff you may have in, people might call you on, whatever the case may be.
All the big money's gone. A couple of dealers grabbed a couple
All those
this
big
week.
horse blankets you had?
Yeah, I had a couple there. I had a couple over there.
See, you got plenty of these Morgan still.
I got half of them. I had about 30. Let's see about
Did that
yeah,
one?
half.
Did that one go? That really nice tone one?
Yes,
you shut off?
yes.
Yeah, it went.
That went. Yes.
What's that?
That went before people called on it.
What's this 1887?
Is that the tone one?
It's got some toning to it. Have you seen that one before?
That one was over here. I moved it there because we sold a couple out of here, and I just wanted to give a whole sheet
That
of
one just
white.
grabbed my attention. It's got me right here. No, this one right here. One below that.
Oh,
This one's a little darker. This
that
is still
one's
pretty
darker.
too.
This one has that same crescent color. Like
This
there.
one from a distance you couldn't see it, but when you get close, you see it has those blues. Starts to get a little rainbowy.
Yeah, this one has that.
Oh, it has it on both sides too, guy. This one didn't look good from afar, but up close, you're like, okay. You got to look at coins from different distances, huh?
You can see the iridescence under there.
See, I like when they have the toning a little bit on both sides, because sometimes you only have toning on one side. Oh, this is beautiful rainbow right there, huh?
Yeah.
That little crescent moon. That is pretty, guy. For how much? 79?
There you go.
That won't last long.
Yeah, but this is only a 3, not a 4.
Still beautiful.
It is.
I promise I won't buy it, everybody. Because I end up doing that. I show something off, and after the video, I'm like, hey, I'm going to get that. I won't do it this time. Some nice stuff in here. Nice stuff, guy. You getting the peace dollars yet? Still no?
No, man. You're talking about something that there just isn't, there just doesn't seem to be of them out there. You can't get to 21s. You can't find 28s. We've moved a slew of the better dollars. I may have a couple of CCs right now, but pretty much all the Carson Cities are gone.
I was so excited the other day. I found this person selling some some random Morgan dollars in a big pile. I was going through the pile. I seen the 28, and I'm like, ooh! I grabbed it. S. Still cool, but it's one of those things.
In a high grade.
Your heart just freezes up a second.
Yeah, you get an AU or something, and the 28S in high grades surpasses the 28 plain.
Really?
Oh yeah, the S is worth a lot more. And I think when you get to about a 3 or 4, it's twice as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $700. It's a lot of money. Yeah, the 28 starts high and it doesn't go crazy. 28S starts low and gets progressively more expensive.
Gotcha.
The S. What do we got here? This thing I can't keep anything in. We sold $200 out of here.
I was going to mention it's kind of like
I think last Saturday.
lacking. Yeah.
I mean, I just keep throwing things in here.
Let's make a deal.
Nobody comes in to buy these individually. I sold 3 of these this morning.
Can I see one of these?
Yeah. I throw them in here. I sell them like hotcakes.
These dollar coins?
Yep. The presidential proofs.
So if I go, okay, I'm picking this out. I'm in you're in your shop walking around. I say, hey, coin guy, this says $8 on it. We're trying to make a deal. What if I said $6 on that? What would you do?
I'd say 7.
You'd say 7.
Yeah.
Meet me in the middle somewhere.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal.
Yeah.
How could you say no to that?
I mean, you
It's
got
got the
$4 to begin with.
Yeah, those are in great condition.
They're proofs.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh yeah.
One day those are going to be worth more.
I
Just
sold a
not
bunch of
today.
these. We've got phone calls about these. We sold 1 or 2 out of here there. I'm down to 3 of the widows. We had about 12.
These are the ancients.
Yeah.
You love these ancients.
Sold 3 of these. Sold 1 of these. The Christ heads. And these are the Harold coins. This is from the time of Jesus.
Oh, the Byzantine. That was just a little bit before
That's
you were
Byzantine. Yeah. Well, not the first time.
born. Oh yeah, that's right. The reincarnation, huh?
I was, this is from 40 BC to 4 BC, which means it was banging around in 32 and 33 AD also. They were out and about.
What are these on there? Like, is that an anchor? What is this
Yeah, it looks like an anchor.
Looks like it, right?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Herod was the king of the Jews, or king of Jerusalem.
Could have been found in some buried earthen jar somewhere,
Yep.
dug up over time.
This is right on it, anchor.
Oh, well, there you go.
I am a genius.
There we go. You're so smart, guy. That stuff was happening. Everybody was burying money, right? Nobody had big safes in their house.
Well, you know what
buried
happened?
it.
It's like I said before. When you look at ancients and you pick up some of these coins in ancients, I think ancients were more money in the 60s than they are now, because with the advent after World War II, the building up of Croatia, Romania, all through that part of Europe, where all of the Romans, when they left Italy, when the Vandals and the German tribes attacked Rome and attacked Italy, the people ran for their lives, and they crossed the oceans and the seas, and they got over to Croatia and that side. Well, Romania means land of the Romans, and this is where all the refugees went. And they buried their stuff, or they buried it when they left here, or they got to the other side. And these people disappeared in the sands of time. And that's where you find these earthen jars, and they're building a foundation, and a plow hits something. And whenever they find something, they'll find 900 items, 2,000 coins. Gold, you don't find as much. Gold, you find 20 and 30 pieces. But they buried their stuff. There was no safe deposit box.
That's how it worked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pirates were doing it. There's actually a beach over here, not too far from here, Honeymoon Island. Have you heard of this place?
I've heard of Honeymoon Island.
Yeah, Honeymoon Island. I guess there's like a famous story where somebody, pirate kind of era, they had buried some treasure allegedly, and they're still looking for this thing.
You think that's a flapper? Someone was telling me that was a flapper. I don't know. That almost looks like it's, Aztec or something like that.
Guy, I'm embarrassed to say this. And I'm
Yeah,
kind
looks like a flapper.
What is a flapper, man?
Oh, Oh,
What is a flapper?
the girls who used to dance with Al Capone.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
It's the wild girls of the 20s with the flappers.
She's kind of walking like an Egyptian, though.
Yeah, maybe. That's
I don't know. Maybe it's a flapper. I don't know. That's the first time I've heard of that.
Really?
The education, man, is great.
You come here, you get educated.
I'm afraid to go talk to Al Capone, you know? I don't. He might make me an offer I can't refuse. I don't know.
Yeah, you're thinking of the other guys.
The Godfather, huh?
I worked with a guy, Mikey. I worked with his uncle was Luca Brasi.
Oh, wow.
The guy who played Luca Brasi in The Godfather, the guy that they buried with the fishes, that was his uncle. And when you look at him, and if you knew Mike, God, absolutely seen the blood there, boy.
Oh, man.
They were nephew and uncle. You could see it.
Craziness, huh? Could you imagine just walking down the street, somebody driving along, you see a Tommy gun popping out the window?
Those were the days. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, now you're walking in the street and some kid goes by on a motorcycle, grabs your purse, drags you, hits you into a pole and keeps going. Because this is America, the land of the free. Do whatever you want. Beat up the cops when they try to talk to you. You have anarchy.
Oh, man.
You have anarchy. I don't know. At what point, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this. I am not for impeaching Joe Biden. I think he needs to be brought up on treason. Skip the impeachment. You're never going to get that to stick.
No.
He needs to be brought up on treason. He swore an oath to the Constitution to defend this country and its borders. And if you have no border, you have no country.
Yeah.
He is guilty of treason, and he's got to be complicit in too many things. I'll leave you with that. Sorry for those who don't want to hear the truth.
Florida's one of the states trying to go and help Texas, yeah.
Well, I can see Texas's point. My God. I want to know why they haven't bused any more of these to Martha's Vineyard. Well, how many more people have gone? Where are the buses to Martha's Vineyard? Why aren't you renting a ferry and dropping off 300 of them? I mean that. They don't go out to the Hamptons, do they? But until they feel it, they're insulated. That's the vineyard, I guess.
That's the vineyard. Guy, before you go, hold on, you're in the way. Ah, there we go. I seen a sign over here. We the people, trying to read the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Now, straight under there, under the kids' photos. Anyways, you'll see it when you watch the video, guy. We didn't look over here. Can we go this way?
Sure.
What do you got going on over here? Little fun stuff.
Valentine's Day gifts.
You constantly move this stuff.
Watch this, watch.
Watch what? Oh, geez.
Magic in my hand.
Unbelievable.
Some cool foreign. This stuff sells. Like I said, I used to keep the costume jewelry and more silver. God, I should have moved this stuff out 5 years ago. We sell stuff out of here all the time now.
It's a great display.
Well, I don't think, like other people walking around, there's no coin store looks like this. Not in 1,000 square miles. I know that.
No, not
you
at
go
all.
to a pawn shop, they got 2 red trays of coins and they think they're coin dealers.
It's so crazy. You can buy a Mercury dime in MS65, graded, right, in the slab. The work is done for $29.
You can't get a slab for that.
I know.
Not now. Maybe back then it was only $16, but still.
That's what I don't understand.
It's
How it's so cheap like that.
that was the times. It's been 40 years. So things have changed.
What is this? A specimen 68 nickel? 1994p right here? What is going on there?
That's from the mint set.
Oh. That's going to be pretty, huh?
Yeah.
68. You got your dollars here, your fancy dollars with fancy
My
numbers.
fancy numbers. 7s, multiple 7s, 8s. A lot of H's there, huh?
Let's see. And only one large bill left.
That's the only one. I probably have 2 or 3 more. I got some funny backs. One guy called. He took 4 of those the other day. The big silver.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty.
Which one? Oh, this?
Marshall Islands, I believe that is. Here's the reverse proof set.
Does that have some silver in there?
Yeah, it's 1.5 ounces.
Only for $47?
$1.50. Yeah.
Oh, that's dirt cheap, guy.
Yeah. Well,
You're like giving that away.
there you go.
Oh, man, look at that. People brought in the reverse proofs, huh?
Yep. I've sold a few sets. I've probably sold 4 of them already.
And you like that? The set, you like the way it looks?
That's pretty. They should have did that to the Centennial Gold, the Mercury Dime, the Walker, and the Standing Quarter.
Yeah.
Why they didn't do a reverse proof in gold? Because nobody in the mint is a coin person. Once again, you know, appointed political hacks.
We'll look forward to it because maybe on the 200th anniversary, they'll do it.
I'll have to wait and see.
Hold your breath.
Yeah.
Still got some of that Israel stuff over here?
We sold the other full year one. That one went out.
All gone.
I had one that was an original cardboard. We had 2 of them. We sold both of them, sold a couple of loose ones. And I've got another 40 at home I have to go through, and I just haven't had a chance. I'm trying to get my taxes together. Here's all different Israeli.
This stuff is mesmerizing.
Palestine.
You can have somebody to come into your shop, guy, and look through here, and then come back the next day, and they'll see something they didn't see the first time.
And I'm always changing things.
Yeah.
And you get the young people come in, and that's one thing I see I'm reaching. You'll get the older person will come in with a grandchild or something, and I get a lot of young people and the parents come in and say they watch you and they want to see this. And there's stuff where you can walk around and look, and not a museum, but it isn't like hurry up, leave your wallet and leave. You know, it's take a look, see what I got, and I can tell you stories about a lot of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So much. So much. That's the coin collector, though. The coin collector tends to just be almost like a hoarder, and they have all kinds of stuff. You know, might not be coins, but it's just stuff.
I had a couple of guys in here yesterday with their wives, and they came to see me, and they each bought
The wives did?
the husbands, and it sounded like these guys have been childhood friends for 70 years. They were there probably close to 80, but they've known each other, I think, since 5th grade. And they were walking around, and they each bought some Morgan dollars. Then they each bought a $10 gold piece. Now the wives start talking. Where'd you get that money? What are you doing? And now they decided to buy an uncirculated roll of Morgan dollars.
Oh, uh-oh.
There's another $1,000.
Uh-oh.
And it was interesting because the girls, you didn't want to even take a toll road, and now you got all this.
But see, that's why you have some jewelry, too. You have the jewelry so you can put that out and be like, hey,
The one
what do you
girl
think?
bought 2 silver rings.
Yeah, see?
So I guess that was the
That's the compromise.
toll. That was the rite of passage.
Ay, ay, ay. How about your
It
dance
was funny.
albums? They been moving at all?
Oh, yeah. We've moved a couple of them. You know, this is nowhere near what we used to have. We had twice this.
Yeah.
They've been moving.
You had almost like 2 different shelves full of them, didn't you?
And you see, when you get something like this,
What you got? What little hidden gems do you have in there? Still in the plastic. What is this?
this is a 2-book set.
It's everything you need.
Yeah, but you realize how much these cost. I mean, Dansko is not cheap.
No.
And these are basically just quarters.
Well, they're quality, made in America.
Exactly, but there's no silver in any of these. Well, this one's a silver. But still, these are at least $25 a piece.
Yeah.
And when you tell the guy, well, you know, you can have the pair for $50,
I think the wife's
they
calling.
tend to, it is Susan.
Yeah, she's like, what in the world's going on here?
And,
You still filming?
you know, they tend to blink when you tell them $50 for the 2-coin set. But I said, go buy them outside. If you can find them, they'll cost you $70.
Like, you can't even get these from Dansko. You have to go to dealers that have them because Dansko's like, no, you got to go find the dealers that have them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
that's
I don't want to
fine.
upset your wife, guy. She's calling. She's worried about you. She wants you to come home, spend some time with her. So,
As long as we don't got to go to the movies, I got to pick the next movie.
yeah. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Just do it at home, I'm telling you. It's just so much better.
I actually sold a bunch of these, so I'm not eating them. This is from the grandkids. The school puts those out.
Oh,
The
okay.
chocolates.
All right.
Spend enough money, I give you a chocolate bar.
That's really nice of you.
We ain't shipping them.
Let's see how
You're not
well
shipping the
this-
chocolate bars, you said?
No, we ain't shipping chocolate.
the shipping
we'd
department
probably
just like,
get
we're
in
not
trouble
doing
for that.
I get
God
people
bless
that
America.
they ship me chocolate all the time. They send chocolate to me as like a gift, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm eating that. You know, that's kind of weird to me.
They don't send me chocolate.
No?
I think that's about
All right, guy. God bless America, right?
Hold on.
His wife's like, come on, get home.
God bless America. Hang in there. Things will get better. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you out there. God bless America, greatest country in the world.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, guy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.